Hi, my name is Amelia Moore. Amelia is Moore from my MySpaces out there, and I'm a journalist, and right now I'm covering the documentary for Black August, and we're interviewing all of the celebrities that are here tonight and asking them why Black August is so important.
What kinds of answers are you getting?
Oh, it's been wonderful. I mean, M1 talked about how, it's about choices and the need for solidarity amongst our, community. And that, also CL talked about how it's not a minority, it's a majority. POW talked about being prisoners of war, or like in that we don't necessarily empower ourselves because we're a part of a colony. And so what we need to do is have more love within our community and more respect and empower each other by having knowledge of self. And I think that that is key, because the more we understand who we are and where we are within our community, the more we can start understanding how we can connect the dots. And another artist that we talked about earlier was the United Front, and we talked about how the need it's really economical, and how the need for us to be like the Jewish community that hands over their money 8 times within their community before it leaves their community, as opposed to the African and minority community where it takes 8 minutes and then all of a sudden our money's out. So those are some of the things that you get here. That's the knowledge of Black August. Empower yourself.
So two last questions. One is, as a journalist, how would you describe or respond to the statement hip-hop movement? And then make sure you please give us your contact information, or where people can look out to find this documentary when it comes out.
Not a problem. Well, as far as I have a different attitude as far as hip-hop is concerned. I mean, I was one of the people that were fortunate to be involved when it was early on. I've been in the music industry for almost 15 years. Hip-hop has been in existence for almost 30. And unlike other music genres, we're growing old with the generations. And that's because it's a culture. It's only the corporations and the capitalistic world that has made it an industry. And God bless the industries, because we have empowered our own community, and we've had designers, ringtones. It's a multi-billion-dollar business that started in the hood. So, but because it continues to perpetuate, it is a movement because it is a culture. And as long as we remain keepers of the culture, we will always have hip-hop.
All right. And where can people be keeping their eyes open to get this documentary?
Well, as far as the Black August documentary, it's BTU, who is the production company that's covering it. Big ups to Cynical. And also just make sure that you go to Malcolm X Grass Movement. They'll have it for probably sale, but definitely stay in touch with them, and they'll tell you when it's all finished and ready to be moved. Thank you very much. I'm flattered and honored and humbled to be involved. Peace. New picture, which means go forward.
Ah, all right. Say that again.
New picture, which means go forward.
Yeah, what language?
I was raving and ranting about it to you earlier, and I was talking to a couple of friends about that. One of the brothers I want to talk about, his name is Blitz, and another brother's name is Ray, and the Warfare Poets. And we have these conversations like on every other day basis. One of the things is that hip hop is compromised when it comes to the political field. Hip hop, when it started out, was for the oppressed. It was for those who were unreachable. It was those who didn't have a voice, the voice of the voiceless. And it was great. People weren't getting paid these astronomical prices to sign these deals, and they're still getting raped and jerked. But now hip hop is this conglomerate of I don't know. It's almost like a silhouette in some ways, because you see it and it's out there and people love it and it's the glamour and the glitz. But when you get down to the crux of it, in a lot of ways, it's not moving anything. You got cats like Jay-Z, who's like the president of the company. You got Puffy, who has like international power. Russell Simmons, who they call the godfather of hip hop. All this international, and they're making it in terms of capitalism. They're expanding it. But in terms of the political structure, what's happening? We still, I think we're worse off than we were back in the 70s and 80s on a lot of levels. You got these young kids and a lot of these artists, whatever region they come from, whether it be the South, the North, the East, or the West. These kids believe that the way to go is, to smack on their women, all women in strip clubs. They got to have their jewelry. They got to be these international super thugs who, in all their rhymes, they've committed all these atrocities towards their people, and they've been here and they've been there, and they come back and they riding dirty in their cars and all stuff like that, which is crazy. And all these young kids are coming to believe in that that's the way to go. And then you have these artists who are saying, well, I'm not responsible for that. which is, you know, I don't know if I can curse now, but it's bullshit. It's just straight up bullshit because you are responsible. You're putting a message out there. You know, there's a thing called NOMO, the power of the word. And you're putting it out there, and these kids are watching, these babies are watching it. And these MCs are talking about, yo, we for the streets, and we for the babies, and we for the kids. If you really were, then you would watch what you say. And I'm not saying that we should, you know, put I'm lost the word right now, but you know what I'm talking about. We shouldn't put a stamp of denial on what you say and what you kick in your minds, because it is the voice of the voiceless in some aspects. You got a lot of underground artists who deserve their shots, who are kicking knowledge and information. But a lot of these cats up here are just about getting their money, and they think they're gonna blow up. And these record labels are raping them. They get that one single, that one hot single, and then you don't hear about them again. They come back, they might get another hot single, and then that's it. Then they wind up owing money to the record company. They can't go and perform with any other record labels or any other artists because they're contractually binded. So it's just like, you know, you're being pimped. You know, you're a prostitute pretty much. But when you were out and you had that hot single, you was walking around, your head in the clouds, and you were talking this and talking that. Kids look up to you, and you had your jewelry that might have been rented, you had your rented car. You know, a lot of cats don't even have places to live. I was telling Jared earlier that I was watching the program today, Like It Is, and he had Amina Baraka on there, Amina Baraka and Rasta Rocker. And Amina was still calling like these Negroes. He was like, he was talking about the charter schools they started out in New Jersey, and how they made them change the name, you know, so forth, and how at the time he was going as Leroy Jones, and then the Nation of Islam, Sunni Muslim came to him, they talked to him, and, you know, with his blessing they changed his name. He was just like, you know, these Negroes. He said at the time, you couldn't get anybody with any type of African garb. He said now, it made me laugh, he said nowadays, these Negroes got at least one piece of African garb, whether it be a tie or a cloth, that they can put in their uniforms when they go out to speak, to try to embrace the people. And he said he just laughs at them. So, you know, what's so different from 20 years to today? I mean, I think we've gone back. You know, I mean, if you look at the TV, MTV, Your Mama, you know, the worst. MTV, I hate MTV, I hate BET. Yeah, Jack, I just take that.